Putting is undoubtedly one of the most important skills that we can learn to be able to lower our scores. And with that being said, putting comes with a variety of skill sets that are necessary. We have to be able to control our start line, we have to be able to control our distance, and we also have to choose an appropriate green read or an appropriate break for the start line and the distance that we are going to use. What I mean by that is you can make a putt inside what we would call a cone. There's a firm speed, which is the fastest possible speed that this golf ball can hit the hole and still fall into it, or what we would call a die speed. That is the golf ball falling into the hole on its last revolution. So basically it gets to the hole and then just kind of tumbles in. That would be our die speed. You can make a putt with any speed in between those two, but the amount that the putt is going to break is dependent on how fast it's going as it approaches the hole. So I've got a drill for you that allows you to work on green reading, start line, and distance control all in one. If you're an early riser, come out and do this first thing in the morning. As you can tell, sun's just coming up. The greens are still covered with dew. Why this is important is it allows you to actually see how the golf ball rolled. You can follow that track after you putt it, and it will let you acknowledge like, oh, cool, speed was good, but maybe my start line wasn't quite where I expected it to, or, oof, that start line was great, but my speed was way too hard or way too soft. So I've got about a 10-foot putt here. I'm down on the practice green close to the parking lot. I have not rolled this putt yet. The greens are going to be a little slower this morning, obviously a little bit of moisture. So I have put 2 tees next to the cup. The one closer to the cup would be representative of what I would call my firm speed. The one a little further away is what I would call my die speed. Just for rough measurement, it's about a cup and then 2 cups from the hole is where I've got the tees placed. And I'm just going to try this. This is something that I personally need to spend more time on. I hit some really good shots and then I never make birdie because I can't make this 10-footer. If you're trying to get up and down for par, these putts are going to be the difference maker in your score. And if you hit some really great shots into the green and you can't make these putts for birdie, your score is not going to reflect how well you're playing. So I think this is something that everybody should spend more time on. I myself, like I said, I'm guilty of this, and I think that this one kind of works across the board. So let's give this a go. Like I said, 10-foot putt, little bit downhill. I'm going to start this on what I would call my die speed line, which is about 2 cups, maybe 2.5 cups right of the actual cup that I'm trying to make this on. So that's perfect die speed, but as you can tell, I overread this. This putt probably only breaks about 1.5 cups at die speed. So even though I made a perfect speed putt, my green read was way off. Now some of that could be, again, based on dew this morning. It slows the putts down. It could be based on length of the grass. It could be a lot of things. But this is where the skill set of being able to marry these two, start line and speed control, is really important. So I'm going to start this now on what I thought was my firm line. I'm going to try to do this with the exact same speed. That one's probably a little closer to medium speed. You can see it's about 8 inches past the cup, right? So the partnership, the difficulty of marrying these two to be able to make these putts with a high degree of consistency, there's not much of a miss window here, right? So we'll go maybe what I would call my firm speed now. I'm going to start this right edge of the cup. I'm going to hit this so if it misses, it's going to go about 1.5 feet, 2 feet by. Let's see if I can get lucky and make one. Pushed it, right? Like I said, you can tell why I don't make a lot of birdies inside of 10 feet. This drill is so challenging, but it is such a great way to work on your putts from 6 to 12 feet, 6 to 15 feet, something that you have a realistic chance of at least burning the edge of the cup if it doesn't fall in, and leaving yourself in a good position to tap in for par if you need to. But the only way that we're going to have a chance at making these is you have to be really good at marrying your start line and your distance control to get these two to pair up to hit that cup. Give this a shot. It helps, even if I can't prove it for you today. Take care.